it's Jennifer Trask, mindset coach for driven entrepreneurs. And welcome to this video on video 1 of 7 entrepreneurial stories that sabotage. Now, this is a part of a bigger series called Change Your Story, Change Your Results, where we are having the conversation around the power of story and how you've got to recognize the stories you're telling yourself to make sure that they are ones that are getting you what you want in your business. If you are struggling in your business, there's definitely a story you're telling yourself that is not helping you. And more than likely, it's actually probably one of these 7 stories. These are the most common that I have found over the last year of the last decade, working with entrepreneurs. The reason why these stories are important, if you're caught in one of them, it means you're caught in what I like to call a sabotage loop, where the story perpetuates itself over and over again and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, I'm not going to explain this in depth because I did it in a video, and you can find it by going #CYSCYR, change your story, change your results, or you can comment and I will link you up to it. But in the meantime, let's get to the first story that a lot of entrepreneurs tell themselves, and then I'm going to tell you how it shows up and the impact that it has on your business. So the first one is actually a story I used to tell myself when I had my first business. And that is the story of I'm too young or I'm too old. So when I first began my first business, I didn't even know I was telling myself this, but I was. And here's how it showed up for me, and this is how it tends to show up for most people. So the first thing is that when you are in front of prospects, so in the case of I'm too young, when you show up in prospects who are a lot older than you, with more life experience and work experience, you're going to show up not as confident. You might have thoughts like, what kind of value can I really bring to them? Are they even going to listen to me? I'm so much younger than they are. I don't have as much life experience as they do. And so what happens in that scenario is when you're talking to people who are that much older than you, you hide and you go into that like coward type of feeling, shrinking kind of feeling, instead of owning your power and knowing what value you bring and totally going in confident. Now, the other way that this can show up is compare-itis. I don't know if that's actually a word, but I'm going to pretend that it is. And really, this is about so easily how you can compare yourself to other people. Now, in the case of I'm too young, you're going to compare yourself to people who are older than you. In the case of I'm too old, you're probably going to compare yourself to people who are younger than you. You might even, if you're older, if this is one of your stories, you might think, I don't have the energy or the time or the stamina that these young people have. Could be things like that. So there are many ways that these types of show up, but these are the most common ways that this story shows up. And if it is showing up for you, then this is something you need to get a hold of, because what happens is you don't put your best self out there. And when you don't put your best self out there, you won't get the real results that you're looking for. You will hide from opportunities, particularly when they're in conjunction with someone who's either a lot older or a lot younger than you. You probably won't put yourself out there from a marketing perspective as strongly as you would if you didn't hold this core belief. And, ultimately, thus that it's going to affect your self-esteem because it's going to affect your results. And it's just going to perpetuate, see, I am too young, or see, I am too old, or I can't do this, or what have you. So that's the sabotage loop you end up getting in when you have this story. So what I'd like for you to do now is, do you have this story? Comment and let me know. Did you have it? If you did, how did you get over it? I'd love to hear. If you know someone who needs to hear this, please do share this video with them. And know that there are actually 6 more stories coming and a few more videos beyond that to really help you identify what are these stories that you're telling yourselves. We usually actually have more than one. We usually have a good many. But this can be a big one. So if it's yours, comment and let me know if this was helpful for you. And if it is yours and you want help moving forward, be sure to message me, because I have something amazing coming up that I'm so excited, but I'm only sharing by invitation only. So be sure to private message me and I will tell you more if you are someone who is ready to let go of this story or any of the other ones that are really holding you back, so you can go out and get the results you're really looking for. I'm so excited. All right, so until then, we will see you in the next video.